All right, so we're gonna start this video kind of from the middle out. So this is Pete's Mustang that we're working on. Make sure you like and subscribe to see this build. And we're gonna go show you. We went and picked it up down in South Carolina at his house. So here we go.
Alright guys, so we are here, we're at Pete's shop. You guys get a quick look at all the cars. We are taking this beauty home and gonna get it all set up.
We're gonna rip the motor out and put the other motor on.
Yeah, we're not. We're gonna just go over the whole thing for him. The rockers gotta get whatever changed, adjusted to whatever we need to do. And then we're gonna go over all the nuts and bolts on it. It's gonna come back running, right, Corey?
Yeah, supposedly.
Supposedly gonna come back running. Probably take it up to Rob's to the dyno. We're gonna throw our tune-up in and get it running, and then this thing will be at the track. So we're gonna get it all let down.
This is what happens when you get involved with Mopars.
Yeah, and then you got...
He forgot his true love and went and cheated on it with some of the other shit he's got over here.
Corey's, this is what we brought the gas tank for. So you guys can go follow all the channels. 63 slow pars.
Yeah, that's the one we did the tank for.
They got the floors all done in it. This is his wagon. They got the motor over there. They got the other one at the machine shop. So they got all this.
So
got the
everybody
cow
knows this is for the purists.
Yes.
This is for everybody to hate. It's gonna get a nice old 6.0 LS with a Muncie 4-speed behind it.
This is gonna be the next grocery getter.
Power tour car, right there.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's gonna be the new power tour car.
The channel is gonna be in the description.
I'll put it in the
I believe.
description. Yeah, I'll put it in there. I'll put a link to everything. So that's the original hood that was on this car.
Old Corbonics did the body work here. As you can see,
dude, that came out sweet.
It's gonna stay bright white.
That's
I
fine.
don't care about it.
Nice.
Yeah.
That was the only spot in the whole car, basically.
Really, all in here. I had to fix it, so I sanded it. We welded
all
it
that.
and fixed it.
And he got the new back windows for it. They found. This is coming out sweet. And then this, they got all the brakes done. So, yep, these are gonna be the new two cars getting done.
Power steering car.
Is this motor going in? This is all gonna get.
No, this is garbage.
Okay, forget
By the
this
way,
one.
people, on their page for sale, it's a 318
Alright, there you
poly.
go. So if you guys are looking for a motor,
And you could probably make it a 326. We've heard people that make them bulletproof.
there you go. So anybody's looking for a motor, there you go, for sale.
Yep.
Let us know, and we'll hit them up.
It's never been ran. We don't know how it runs. We never. It cranks over. That's all we know.
Yeah, it wasn't running in the car, but yeah, cranks over. It's not seized or nothing.
Nope.
So, yep. So this is gonna be the new power tour car. Now we gotta figure out what we're doing for a power tour car.
Yeah, that's what you guys need. That's for real.
That's our next thing we gotta find out. All
This
right.
is my power tour car. Air vent windows open, all 4 windows down.
That's it.
Even the back glass down.
480 AC.
And I have AC in this.
That's true. So you got 580 then. All right. So we're gonna go over this whole car, make sure it's ready to go for the racetrack. We're actually gonna go pick up his trailer now over at their garage at the tow shop. So bring it back with the camper, and then we can load it all up. All right. So stay tuned for this build. All right. Well, fix up. We're not really touching anything. All the build was already done. It just needs to be touched up. All the T's crossed, I's dotted. That's what we're gonna do.
Hold on. Johnny's
Yeah,
on
you're
the car.
good.
Good.
Go ahead.
Good. All right.
Yep.
It's easy. Corey, you gotta go slow. Ready?
Yep.
Okay, now we're pretty much out. Right, I would say.
Yeah, the headers are
Right, but they're gonna hit no matter what. Ready?
Come on, you're good now. You got plenty of room.
But
Yeah.
that doesn't mean do 80 miles an hour
Come
into
this
the
way.
trailer.
Come this way.
Yeah.
Hey.
Something like this.
Pay attention to John. Yeah.
Like that.
Ready? Ready? Slow. All right.
Let go of the wheel.
Yep. You good?
All right. Got it. To the right.
I got you.
Keep going to the right. Yep. Yep, just like that. Keep going, just like that.
Yep.
Keep going. Just like that. Straight. Oh yeah. Well, you'll be good with that.
No, I'm telling you now. It's touching it.
Well,
Like I said,
Go down with the thing. I mean, go up with the.
It ain't gonna go up that.
not that. That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying.
You
we
gotta
get
go
the
down
trailer-
with the up with the tongue.
Right. I'll get the. Let me get the battery. I'm pushing this thing. So never.
All right, you gotta turn that on.
Yep. There we go. All right.
Good.
Guy you need is gold.
Yes. No.
I got it. Yeah. Just like that, Dad. Dad, and hair that.
Good.
Real slow.
You want me to get more wood? Come on.
Come on, Pete. You got plenty of room. You got this much goes still.
No. No. I'm talking about height.
Yeah, we know. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta get that far first. Slow now, really slow.
Yeah. Oh, good. All right.
Come on.
Yeah, you're good. Put this car.
All right.
Not at the back. Well, no, actually, now you want the back to come out. Yeah. Take the boards out.
They're too long.
Yeah. Oh. Yep. Come on. Come on. Come on. Dad, steer the car. Dad,
All right,
steer the
hold on
car a little bit, Johnny. Go.
Now I need you to go slow, just to come off of the thing again. All right? Come on.
Yeah, you're good. Come on. Come on.
Right there. Stop.
You're good.
Oh, you're good.
Come on.
You're good.
Yep.
No,
Come on.
Josh, just watch the hump in the middle now.
Yeah, you're not gonna hit none.
The hump's gonna drop it.
Yeah. Man, you're good. You're good. Come on.
Yeah.
You're good.
Where do you want me, Josh?
That way, a hair. That way. Come on. Yeah, get the.
Stop.
You're good.
Yeah, get the boards out first. And for right now, just put the.
Long ones I need.
We're gonna put the car up to about here. Just so that it's a little bit more nose heavy. There ain't nothing in here but this. Yep. Just like that, though, Johnny. A hair that way.
I am that way.
That, just like that. Just like that. Keep going.
No, hey, I don't want it all the way up front.
No, it's not. I would put it.
Rings on the corners that are further back.
All right, so we got Pete's Mustang from South Carolina, and we are dismantling the whole thing now. So intakes off of it. What we're doing with this, the valve train on this car, these are the same heads, right? That he had, or no? These are different heads than what he had on before and everything, and so they're jezeled, but for some reason well, explain it to him.
All right, so the rocker ratio, right, is wrong. So these are supposed. This is backed all the way out. See, it's all the way out.
Yeah.
Okay. So this rocker really should be.
They got like 200,000
Yeah.
too much play in it.
So right now the rockers are already like tipped.
Right.
Should look like this. So the rocker should sit. Just see how this is way down here like that. So it should sit like that. Okay.
Right.
So we see how much of a gap it's got. So this head, I mean these valves, I think these are short. So they need to be 100 thousandths longer.
Maybe
to make
even more, but
right. This is 100 thousandths right here. that's still loose. I mean, that's still loose, and that ain't even where it's supposed to be. Like I said, it's supposed to be like, I'm gonna get my. They have a little thing that you put in here to look at it.
Valve lash cap.
No.
Or, well, not the cap.
There's a little tool that you put in here, and it tells you where the rocker's supposed to be when this is open. But it's supposed to be like that.
Because they do make spacers, but this is way too much for spacers. Because like the biggest one they make is like 100,000.
Yeah.
So
They make a little valve lash cap that's 80,000.
right.
But this, that ain't gonna do it.
That ain't
What
gonna
happens
do it.
is, this is the valve is still open. Look at it.
Yeah.
When the valve is closed, it looks like.
Yeah, it's ridiculous how.
looks-
Let's say you got it. That is way too much of an angle.
Yeah. You can see how much of an angle this is at. It's not even in the cup anymore. It's actually touching.
Yeah.
See, it's touching right in
Should
there.
not look like that.
See where it's touching?
Yeah.
So that's what we gotta fix.
All right. So right now, so we got the headers off.
So
we gotta
got
try
everything disconnected.
Huh? We got the headers disconnected, but we gotta jack the car up so we can take the hanger off and actually drop these down. That way we can pull the heads off of it and get those sent out. We'll bring them up to Jezel.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna measure the valves and see how much shorter they are. And I can do everything on the bench.
Our job is to get the car running. It's all wire. Everything's done. We're just gonna go over all the nuts and bolts and then basically throw our tune-up in it. Should be about the same thing for this. It's a small block Ford. This is a 351. Get it running. We'll probably bring it up the rods, put it on the dyno, and then test it out a couple of times before we bring it back down. This is all Holly set up. Got the high ram. Yeah, that's a heavy boy right there.
Like, look, that's where it should be. That's where it should be, just like that.
Yeah.
That's 300 thousandths. See how that sits flat now?
Right. So I'm gonna jack the car up real quick and get the hanger so we can drop these out. That way we can get to the head stud bolts and everything. Okay. So don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. Stay tuned. Hopefully we'll have this thing running pretty soon, and it won't be long. All right. Got the exhaust drop down. So now we can get to all this.
Man, these so tight.
Pete, you were feeling good that day.
I don't know, somebody was feeling good. All right.
So this motor has never been run, just
No.
so everybody.
We put this together. Damn, man. Well, I did. Let's see. We put everything on.
This
it,
isn't like we're
including
taking
the
it
head.
apart for maintenance.
No. He put this together here. Me and him put it together. Before my motor, like probably 2 years.
Not all this stuff you guys see, but the Pro Charger and the motor, yeah. The headers.
No, the
were,
motor. No,
The
we
headers
put,
were
we
built
put
after.
the engine
but-
together.
Yeah.
So we had built this car for him with Pete 10 years ago or whatever,
Yeah. 10.
or more when we first moved down here. So try
It's been 3 different colors. Staying white now.
But then when he went down there, then after I did the motor, when I got sick, he brought it over to Jared. Jared did all this stuff. Pete put these rockers on. I don't think Jared did.
No. Pete.
But
Pete
Jared
had
did
the
all the
rock.
fabrication work It
Yep.
was freaking beautiful.
Yep. Did the headers, did all the other bars in it, finished it all off inside.
We did the rear, we did the front.
I'll show you guys the rear. If I can get all the way under here. Dude, I got a light now. Let's get under here. Nice and bright. Came out beautiful though. They did all the bars under here. Did the stock stock suspension style. Did the parachute, the wing. So
Now it's already
set up for the radials
all steel, all glass.
inside. Car came out beautiful. So now we are just getting it running.
Right.
Well, we're getting it running
So we
until
had-
this all happens.
Well, they were going to get it running until this happened. So what happened is he changed over to, it had regular rockers on it because the motor was put together before. So when we redid it, he went to this style, and he was waiting for them to whatever for these. So he finally got them and he put them on, and then all the ratios are no good. So I had taken one side off and measured all the stuff down at his house. So that's when I said, listen, let me just bring it, let me just take it and figure it all out, because I got Jessel not that far, about an hour or so from here. So worst comes to worst, we'll run it up there real quick. But I know it, I'm like 99%, like we marked it before. If you look, see where it was riding, way on this edge. Okay, like we did that one. It's riding way over. It's not even close. So when we talked to Jessel, they said the same thing. They said, oh, the valves are too short. So I got a funny feeling these were standard length, and then they got cut down when they did the valve jobs and stuff on them, or they're shorter of the version. So, but I'm gonna take them off. I'm gonna measure them out, and then see what's available until we get the right one.
We gotta just drop this header down.
Yeah,
I
we
got
gotta
the,
get that out of the way so we can get the
I
head.
got
So we
everything
gotta pull the
on
heads off. So obviously to change the valves, no other way around that,
okay.
which sucks, but it is what it is. Okay, let's get the header out of the way and pull the head off.
Okay, gonna pop these heads off. Had to go get a socket last night, like a deep socket for these center
The
ones.
studs stick up so high. Need an extension for the bottom.
Okay. Heads are off of it,
All right.
sitting over there. Taking the last studs out. So,
So we're gonna have to get new gaskets,
what kind are they?
MLS gaskets. You can't retort those. I gotta find out. I remember I don't remember if the guy told me.
No, you can't reuse
No,
them.
no. Like if it hadn't been started, I gotta find out. That's what I gotta make sure.
Oh, okay.
So,
Maybe they're still good. We'll
yeah,
see.
because now they're like freaking almost $200 a piece. So everything.
What else is new?
Yeah, everything else looks good. So
I hope so. It's never been started.
that's paint. All right. All right. Let's clean this up. Cover
throw
it all
something
up
over it
and
and-
then start. Then we'll figure out what we got to do with the heads. All right. So back on this car again. We just got back from bringing everything up to Jessel. Okay, so we went up there. They gave us a catalog. We went up to Jessel. We dropped everything off. Brought the heads. Brought the stands. Brought the long valves. Let's recap on this because I don't remember where I left off. But so these heads had a 5 300 in length valve in it, okay, which is these, okay. Now we swapped over to and if you look, let's just do this like this. If you put this like this is the rocker that goes on there, right? It sits, this is too far down already, where the push rod is too far up already. So when this closes or tries to open a valve, the push rod actually hits the back of that, okay? So what happened was we were trying to find out why, right, the valve itself rode too far forward. Okay, so push rod geometry this way was no good. So now we got the 5-1. So it's a 5-300 valve. Okay, so 5-300 valve sits like that. Now the geometry is correct. Okay, as far as that goes, that's a 5-300. But where it rides on the valve, too far forward. So to correct that, this needs to go down, okay? Well, you can't make that go down anymore. You can't get a longer valve, okay? If you put a longer valve in it, okay, that would work, but this is already a 5-300, so we would have to get a special valve made. We don't want to get a special valve made because it costs too much money, and not even so much costs too much money. If something ever goes wrong, then it costs you too much money again, because then you got to get different valves again, one-off deals. So they can't machine. When I took it all up to Jessel, okay, the bolt that goes through that shaft, okay, which is one of these, okay, that goes through there to clear, right? And that's how much it sticks down, okay? So they can't machine. So in other words, we would have had to take 125 thousandths off of this. Well, you can't, because if you look inside here, okay, that's stepped, so it's real thin. Even though it's solid steel, right, but it's thin. If you take another 125 thousandths off, then it's really not going to be effective as it should be. But if you put that in there, and let's just take a quick measurement right there, right? That's how much it needs to be. So that goes into the pedestal. And if you push down, I have almost double that. Okay, so if I go like that, I have double that. So I need to take, the only other thing I could do is machine this pad down 125 thousandths. I'm going to take off of this pad. That'll drop everything down, which by dropping everything down, okay, dropping all that down, brings this further down, which still keeps this flat, brings this a little bit further down, and brings that further back, okay, to the center of the valve. So if you look, let's say this is the top of the valve, okay, instead of riding in the middle, let's say 1 through 10, like that, okay, 5 is where you want it to ride, it's riding at 9, way out here, okay, we don't want that. And then once we get that correct, then we'll order the right length push rods. These are the wrong length anyway, no matter what. So we'll get the right length push rods. Well, we don't know. We'll find out once we get that. Then we'll put the push rod checker in it and check that. So right now, I ordered another one of the LSM tools. So this is the one for the small block that we use on our car, on the Comet, on the 363 motor. The TFS uses a different one. So if you get a hold of them, call them up directly. Talk to the girl's name is Heidi. Very knowledgeable about their parts, okay? So instead of having to buy a whole new setup, all you do is buy this. Okay? So now this one bolts to that right there, to each one of these individually, right? And you don't have to buy a whole new tool. So it's nice because now you just take this part off, mount it to this one, like that, and then you got another tool, a second tool. And then we're going to see if this fits the MBE, the CID heads that we have for the big motor. And if not, then we'll just get another half tool or whatever you want to call it, and she'll make up whatever you want. I think the only difference on the other half tool now is, so the width of this here fits that Jessel, but I believe the ones on the MBE head is the wider one. So we would just have to change either just this pad or just this piece again, which is no big deal, and she'll help you out with that. So here's their phone number. Okay, LSM tool. This is their catalog. They got all kinds of stuff. Okay, all kinds of tools, mostly for valve train and cylinder head, checking tools, gauges, all kinds of stuff. Actually, the next thing I'm going to get from them is they make this little torque deal to set the valve lash. We'll end up getting one of them in the future here. So talk to Heidi, tell her you saw it on VXM. John sent you there if you need one of those. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to swap the tool, the head over, and then we're going to disassemble all the heads, all the springs, clean them all out, and then we're going to put it on the mill and machine this. Now, one thing is, if you put this on here the way it's supposed to be, it says in the, it needs to be machining required. Well, watch this. So it rocks. It doesn't sit flat. Okay. I don't know if you can hear that, but it don't sit flat anyway. So in the instructions, what they tell you is to put this on a mill and just true this up so that this shaft, this whole system sits nice and flush. Well, we're going to do that by taking off the 125 thousandths anyway. And the other thing is, by doing it that way, if anything goes wrong with the valves or anything goes wrong with the shaft, all those parts are available. They're standard, you can buy that. And the worst scenario is, you can always use shims to build it back up, to put it back, which, why would you ever put it back to a regular anything, but that's it. Okay, so at this point, we need to take off, I'm going to do like 100 thousandths first, and then another 25 or 50 or whatever it takes to make it work where the rocker geometry is correct and that the rocker roller tip rides right in the center of the valve tip. All right, so that's what we're doing now. So swap the head over, put that down on the valve.
Get the right angle and tighten it all up to where it,
Like that. Get this angle right. It's a nice tool. Now you could use this on the engine itself or off.
and then all you gotta do is switch out the different heads for whichever style or whatever spring and whatever head you got, because just need that.
Yep. That goes there. And
Need a wrench that big.
oh,
Yep. UPS
Candyman's
or
here. Go get 'em.
FedEx. Yeah. All right. Hang on. Okay. Got our 14-inch springs for the back. Just showed up.
It's beautiful. Look at that.
Oh, I didn't get it on video.
Awesome.
I didn't get that on video.
I'll get the next one.
Alright.
Beautiful. Okay, so that's that. Now I need a box I could put all these together.
Yep, those are all going to be the,
Yeah, well these are,
Old
you can't
ones.
use, these are junk. So
well, to us they're junk, but they ain't,
they're junk. Because who knows what the frick they are at this point. They don't even know.
we're going to leave everything out, though. We're going to take them all off.
We gotta take everything off.
We're going to
Now,
leave them all out
basically,
right
you
now.
would just put the new one in there. Which
But we're going to mill
we're gonna mill all that.
the head where the stand sits down.
Alright, so that goes
Since
right
we're the
there,
only one on the planet at this
Yeah, I
point
guess.
that has this problem.
which is hard to believe, but
We'll make it work. Just like everything else. One off.
only thing that sucks is now.
All you wondering, go to a small block Ford or down that road. No, stick to something else now.
Now, hopefully the intake and exhaust should be the exact same setup as far as this thing goes. And then I could take them all off, take it apart, and we go milling.
You called them about the gaskets, right? The head gaskets.
Nope, not yet.
Oh.
Alright, so now this. Alright. And pretty simple. Run it down.
Till the cap. Till the lock comes out, and that's it.
2 locks. Back and back off.
Alright, let me get a box where you can just put
Actually,
all that.
Yeah, we'll lay all this stuff out in line so we have it all.
I'll mark it.
Not that we're gonna- yeah.
Whatever, and whatever.
All right, and that's how you're gonna do that, each one, and then move on to the next one.
16 times.